Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Only Leeds Bros for your earlier than usual match build-up for Plymouth Argyle on Saturday. The reason being, myself and Dylan are off to a cousin's wedding tomorrow, which we're absolutely buzzing for. Well, I'm buzzing for. Dylan, how are you?
Yeah, I'm
Should be
nervous.
a good one.
I'm very
So,
nervous.
we'll definitely be in no fit state to do a video tomorrow. We obviously usually do one with after Daniel Farker's press conference and new bits and bobs, but fortunately won't be able to do that tomorrow. And then Friday, I don't think we'd be in any great shape to do any sort of build.
Well, we can try, but I don't think we'll succeed at all.
Yeah, people could just see us on the stream, just see us on the stream, absolutely dying. Right, so Danny, evening, how are you, buddy? Yeah, don't forget to smash a like and subscribe, boys. So before we get into a couple of things to run through, lads. So Saturday is obviously the giveaway time where we'll announce who won the €80 voucher for Leeds United Superstore. So time is running close, so it's going to be cut off point 11 o'clock entry, lads. So again, all you have to do is find the giveaway video, like the video, hit subscribe and comment hashtag Only Leeds Bros to get your entry in before 11 o'clock on Saturday. And then what we'll do, probably about 10 to 2 o'clock, just around the team line when comes out, we will go live. We'll actually show it live when we're picking who the winner is. So I'll just go basically into a system. We'll hit start and whatever name is pulled out, obviously wins it. And then we'll get your contact details, forward you on the email then with your voucher then. And yeah, then we'll see.
You can buy me a lovely crisp home jersey. No.
Yeah, so that's it. We'll get through a couple of comments. Gary says, evening, Gary. Thanks for popping in, buddy. Evening, lads. Hope you're both good. All good.
Danny, as always.
All right, Sean. How are you, buddy?
Sean,
yeah, all good.
well?
Hope you're well. Hope you're okay after your trip down to Bristol. Long old trip down there for in nil-all. Fair play to you travelling all that way and a long day, I'd imagine. And then Amy Tolan says, evening, lads. Evening, Amy. How are you? That's what we mean. You know what? Yeah, no problem at all, Danny. Will do, buddy. Right, so we'll get into it. Dillo, how are you keeping anyway? What's happening?
Just saying that new intro video is class. That's the sort of stuff that gets up on your feet and just ready to go, isn't it? Yeah, that's deadly. It's deadly.
Yeah, time for a change up on the old intro, wasn't it? So yeah, trying to come up on the world, learning how to do a bit more cap cutting and stuff like that.
So. I wouldn't have a breeze way to start with that, lads. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Good at computers, but when it comes to editing and all, nah, it wouldn't be me now. You know, I'd end up putting a picture, something completely inappropriate for some mad reason by mistake, like, you know. But yeah, no, I'm good. Busy day, busy week, sorry, in work. Even though it was a bank holiday. It's only on Tuesday and Wednesday. Yes, I really wasn't a busy week then, was it?
You kind of play catch up though, don't you? Like, yeah. I think everyone knows it. Like that Tuesday after the bank holiday when you go back to work, it's like 2 days of work, like just crammed straight into like 1 day, like, innit? So yeah, so when we went back on Tuesday, it was flat out. But obviously, all last week, I didn't mention it, but all last week I was on jury duty here in Ireland as well for a couple of days from like last Wednesday, and so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I was doing that. So when I went back on Tuesday, I was really playing catch up over like 5 days. So yeah, it was an absolute nightmare. But it was actually, it was weird saying it, but I was actually looking forward to going back to work. Do you know what I mean? Get back into the routine. So yeah, absolutely much better. And Danny is at the point that Darren, your internet looks better now. We are using the Burger King instead of the Mackey's. Thanks very much, Danny. Yeah, so just literally plugged in internet cable straight in direct, and seems to be working fine. So fingers crossed, it's all going good. Lena Carlin says, all right, lads. All right, Lenny. We got new internet, Danny, so here's hoping. Yeah, it was an absolute nightmare. Yeah, Amy, hope it's better. It was grand, wasn't it? Like all year, and then soon as they had a contract like that with Sky, then it just started dipping in and out. And then it was obviously on Joe's show last week.
Sky TV.
Exactly, yeah. I was on with him and Lucky then last week, and what was that for the wrap up? Yeah, the final word I was on for. And look, it obviously there wasn't much to talk about on that show anyway after the 0-all. But yeah, I could just see my internet was popping in and out, so I was getting like absolutely all worked up, and I actually moved the laptop into the house because I knew the Wi-Fi was acting the mic. And then obviously we went on for our final point with Danny, and then it was a nightmare. So as soon as we went off strain, I poured myself a couple of points, and had a couple of points of Guinness, and had to chill myself out because there was other walls over the Wi-Fi. But yeah, fingers crossed, it's all good.
These things
says, jury duty, not had to do it yet. I hope you never do it, Andy, because honest to God, buddy, it was the worst. Probably the most boring 3 days in life. I know some people kind of get off. Like when I was going in, I was thinking it's kind of like, not that you see on telly, you're going into, like, you know, like in America, you're going into
Judge Judy, like.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? These big kind of courtrooms, and there's going to be round and shouting, but there's not, because like, I don't know what way it is in England. It might be different, but you're not allowed to hear any like the debates from either side. Like the only thing as you as a juror is like you're only allowed to listen to evidence. So do you know what I mean? You can't really base it off who's saying this or who's saying that. It's just pure evidence. Is that you're that you're given? So, but yeah, it was a nightmare. A lot of time being pushed in and out, and yeah, wouldn't be up it. Until it changed their mindset.
It's not the final point. I am saving myself for tomorrow, and you know this. Yeah, lads. Look, we've been down of a wedding tomorrow, and I just have to take it easy because it's just going to be an absolute disaster. And after this, the final point will continue, but Dylan won't.
Danny says, I probably know half of the criminals anyway, but I wouldn't want to see it there. That was my fear as well, Danny. That I'd know someone who went up and Amy Thomas says, still fun to me. Oh, no chance. Never ever do it. Look, we'll get into it. Well, go on. You want to say something?
No, that's it. I was going to say enough of the waffle talk.
Waffle.
Unless you want to bring it back around about sausages. Over the ditch.
Yeah, right. Look at lads, we get into it anyway. So this is your Plymouth Argyle match build-up. Obviously Wayne Rooney's Plymouth is what they're known as now. Obviously not a great start for them in the season. I think they're 24th starting in the league. I think they're 24th in the league. Only 3 wins and 1 win in the last 5. So realistically, after a full week of training, full week of recovery that Leeds United have had, we should really, really be beating them on the weekend, shouldn't we? Have to be, yes.
Like you think so?
I think even more so, and like this, like obviously not bad. I hope this doesn't come across bad, but like it's Wayne Rooney as well. Like, do you know what I mean? He's an absolute terrible manager. Like if he's getting one over on Daniel Fark, like, do you know what I mean?
It brings me back to remember the time when he was playing with Derby and they had to do like a guard of honour for us. Yeah. He walked out. I'm seeing him clapping the hands. The likes of Pablo Hernandez, Liam Cooper, Alioski, all these boys coming out on the pitch. Him just clapping away there. Oh, there's no better feeling. No better feeling at all.
How's the beard though?
He's kind of getting a bit deflated at the minute, to be honest with you, because there's not much going on, Danny. But he's still there. The shirt is still a bit ripped. I'm not going to lie.
That's going to be you at that wedding tomorrow, isn't it? Dylan, you're going to be one of them straight. The 4 song, the shirt me button open, the tie around the head.
And the flag on the back.
So Danny says people will think Saturday will be easier. I think it will be a close. Yeah, Danny, I'm just expecting the performance to be better. I think the results still might be a little bit close because I don't think we're still firing on all cylinders in front of the goal. We'll obviously get into who we think we're going to start and who we want to start and stuff like that, but I just want a better performance from Leeds. I think we're kind of all the same, especially over the last 2 games. Watford and Bristol City, the performance dipped an awful lot. I know we got the result against Watford, but we all kind of just came out of Watford saying, look, thank God we got the 3 points because like we could have easily got done. Watford were probably the dominant team for 60, 70 minutes of that game. And
give or take.
Yeah, give or take. Look, towards the end, Joseph obviously should have scored and nailed it home and we should have won 3-1. But yeah, I just hope the performance is a little bit better this time. Like if we can beat them like that 1-2-0 and it's not really kind of convincing, but like we don't really give them any option. I just don't want like another Watford game, do you know what I mean, where they kind of have the ball for 60, 70 minutes, you know what I mean, and kind of has all those biting their nails. I don't think that will go down too well. I think the performance has to come with it this week. And look, I don't think there's any excuses from the players this week. I don't think there's going to be any excuses from Daniel Fark. Like I said, it's a full week. When's the last time we've had an actual full week run at it? You know what I mean? Full week training, full week recovery. You know what I mean? We should be. And Richard says, assume JB isn't available. Yeah, I'm nearly sure the rule is that once you're on loan, you can't play against your parent club. I think they used to be you could get permission, I think years ago, if you're allowed to play against your parent club, but I think they've stopped that now. I don't think you're allowed to play against your parent club at all once on loan. As far as I ain't gonna smash teams. Yeah, he doesn't like doing it, Danny. Yeah, that's like the worst thing. Seems like when Leeds go like 1-2-0 up, it's like we completely take our foot off the gas and kind of let them have it, which wrecks my head. I think we should be just
smashing teams,
putting teams to the sword. You know what I mean?
Smashing teams.
Even against Coventry, I think we done it a little bit as well when we went 2-0 up against Coventry. We just took the foot off the gas like a little bit. Like I know, like you're winning the game 2-0. They didn't really trouble us as well, but I just feel like I just love Leeds to go out and just put teams to the sword. You know what I mean? Like we know we're capable of it. Like winning 3 or 4. Like, but it's like it's like Fark just takes all this thing out of the game, doesn't he? Danny says, yeah, Richard, he can't play. Yeah, I'm nearly sure that's a full rule now because I suppose with like, gambling and you know what I mean, loyalties and stuff like that. I suppose you're not allowed to play against your parent club, but I think he's doing all right. Actually, JB, from what I've heard reports of him, I haven't seen him play for them now, but from what I hear, JB's meant to be doing all right for him. I think he had a couple of kind of okay games for him, but I think they're kind of fairly happy with him down there. So that's obviously good for us if he is doing well down there. Do you know what I mean? It's obviously much better for us. But yeah, look, we'll obviously get into it anyway. So the big one for me this week, Fairpo's back in. I know Boyram kind of played well, but I think Fairpo was a big miss against Bristol City. Dylan, did you? Just that going forward, the overlaps, he just offers us that a little bit more, doesn't he, down the left?
Yeah, he definitely does, but being honest, I was just thinking it there before I came on. I actually like, if he goes completely different altogether, I think he'd better off leaving Fairpo on the bench, if I'm being honest. Give Schmidt a run out.
He won't.
I know he won't, but I'd like to see it. I just think, but obviously it's looking like Boyram's going to go right back, isn't he? Let's be honest.
Yeah, but sure, look, what we've heard is that Smith was brought in as cover for Bogle. So obviously Bogle is going to be out now the weekend. So is it going to be a thing now that he's going to put Smith in right back after Boyram's performance and knowing that Boyram is naturally right footed? Like, I just can't see it. Yeah. And it's kind of, I know, like, we've obviously brought Smith in for cover, but it was kind of, I thought we would have seen more of him by now. He hasn't. Like, I think he's played like 10 minutes. I think I seen earlier on. I think I read up there. He's only played three sub appearances and only 10 minutes or something like that accumulated all together, which is mental. So for him to kind of start the game the weekend and then expecting him to kind of produce is obviously going to be a hard one. Do you know what I mean? Danny says there, I think Smith is Bogle's cover, but let's see if he plays him. Smith is also right footed. Yeah, and that's what I thought. And I think he didn't score that goal for St. Gallen in Europa League from right back as well. Like, he does look like a decent player, but it could just be one of them things like that. He's just finding hard to settle into Leeds. He just hasn't got up to speed just yet. Look, Daniel Fark, look, for me, obviously knows better, but and obviously Boyer, we all know his relationship is like a father and son relationship with him and Sam Boyram, but I think more than likely there's going to be Boyram going into right back.
I just want to shift the things. I'm more just me being paranoid about injuries and obviously certain suspensions. You know, even give, I'm not saying a second name, give Joshua a run out. To, just to mix it up as well. Yeah.
I don't think he will. I think it's going to be Rotwell Tanaka again. I know kind of where you're coming from.
I don't mean start him. No, definitely don't start him. But just give him a run out. Like, he did this, like if we're chasing a game 0-0 in the 70th minute, and he decides to bring on Piero. Let's say Joseph start, brings on Piero and Bamford.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's just going to ruin the game. But he definitely should just give players a bit more of an opportunity and a chance.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, so Richard Hogan says Boyram will be more comfortable at right back. Will be worth somebody asking is Smith at the press conference. Yeah, and that's what I hope they kind of do ask that tomorrow.
Oh, they'll ask what Fark's eating for dinner.
Yeah, or is he having a Halloween party and all this? And is he gonna? Does he ring other managers and all and ask them for advice through the hard times and all, instead of actually asking proper questions?
Daniel, what are you dressing up as?
Yeah, probably actually. Yeah. Will he be doing that for Halloween and all this? Yeah. Yeah, look, I understand where you're coming from with the Smith thing and the Gilavogi thing as well. Like, you want to see these players, but I just think Fark, like, we know him well by now. He's risk averse, isn't he? He's not going to take them chances. It's a different story. Like, I'm hoping tomorrow that it's going. Oh, Saturday. I keep saying tomorrow. Feels like the match is tomorrow.
It is for us.
Yeah, it all kicks off for us tomorrow.
Points.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, man, I lose my trail of thought now. What was I saying? What was I saying there?
I don't know. Just can't wait for Saturday morning. I'm still in the hotel. Leeds.
I don't know. You might even listening to me. Oh no. I was saying I hope we do come out and we we're all over them like that and we can get comfortable 2-3-0 where we can actually bring these lads on like that. I'd love to see Smith. I'd love to even see a Charlie Crew, Gilavogi. We all kind of want to see these players, but I think
I'd see Crew.
Would like to see Crew. I think he's probably going to save him for FA Cup games though and stuff like that. The only one I'm getting a little bit fearful of is Aronson, because I think he's been playing so much and the effort that he's been putting into games over the last couple of weeks. Like, he ran his socks off again at Bristol City. Like, he was everywhere. He's like, do you know when you're like, I'm only saying this because I'm going to Spain on Sunday, but you know, you're sitting on a sunbed in Spain, you're not putting your oil and all on you, and you're sitting in the sun and you're drinking your beer, and there's just that one little fucking annoying fly that just keeps flying around and hitting you in the head. That's exactly what Brendan Aronson is like. He's fucking everywhere. Like, he just at them all the time. I'd say he's just an absolute terror.
Yeah, folks. Brendan Aronson is a little fly that just annoys
He does though. That's what he gives. You know, he gives you hard work. He just at you and at you and at you. Like,
Yeah.
but he's been everywhere the last couple of games, and like I'd love to see his running stats and his sprinting stats because I'd say they're absolutely through the roof. Like, he's probably like, I don't know, quadrupled Pirro's running because
I'd say that's the reason why the sponsorship deal with Red Bull has came about. I'd say that man is necking Red Bulls to beat the man. That's why he's
injecting Red Bull. Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon, you have to drink this. You have to drink this.
Sean says Boylan will start right back. Yeah, I think so. I'll drop Aronson for this game. Put Willie and Solomon in the 10. Yeah, I was kind of
agree with you, Danny.
I don't know. I think it's harsh dropping them, lads, because this is going to come across a bit weird when I say this, but I think we're a totally different team without Aronson, lads. The work rate he puts in, like he does the work rate of nearly 2 men, lads. It's unbelievable. It's his off the ball stuff. He's contributed here and there. Like I think he got 3 goals.
Yeah, but I'm not dropping him because like he's been playing. He hasn't scored or anything like that. It's more or less just give him a rest.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There, these subs on the bench and they're not getting on. Fark needs to start like chopping and changing. There's no point in getting all these players in if you're not gonna. Not necessarily play them every game, but definitely start changing it around a little bit just to give these lads a rest. You know what I mean? Come Christmas. Sorry, but yeah, coming up to Christmas. What about all the if we start getting injuries, like?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, then he has to throw say Schmidt in. He's played 3 minutes. That's not fair. Like he needs to start introducing these players.
I'd hate playing against him. I guess that because I'd kick him in the air. I'd say he's an absolute terror to play against. Yeah, no, look, I think he is going to start him, and I think he should start because I think he's been great for us.
I agree.
The off the ball work he's been giving us his quality, but I would just like to see us, kind of have the game home and hosed like that. Do you know what I mean? The 50th, 60th minute, you know what I mean? We're 3-4 up the game's home and hosed where we can actually give these players rest. You know what I mean? We can take Aronson off, try Nanto in the 10, then, do you know what I mean? Try Joseph in the 10. I was watching actually Joe and Jerry, obviously just Joe and Jerry Lynch from The View, and Jerry Lynch turned out and said the same thing about Tanaka, that he thinks Tanaka could play the 10. I think that's a chance as well. I'd love to see Tanaka in the 10. I don't think Fark is ever going to do it, but do you know what I mean? I'd like us to kind of have the game home and hosed nice and early where we can try these players. We can try Smith, a Gilavogi, a Crew, John, not doing a 10, just experiment a little bit and change it up. But just it always kind of seems like in games this season we've never really kind of been fully home and hosed. You know what I mean? And even
it's kind of predictable to a certain degree. Like us sitting here and people watching, or just Leeds fans in general can kind of predict who is going to start. So when it comes to, as you said, kind of experimenting and trying different things, it would be nice for us now sitting here to go, oh, did you see the lineup? No, who was there? And you're saying, oh, well, Schmidt is starting, or he's playing with 3 at the back, or he's playing. I know he won't, but I'm just, just kind of just give it a little bit of, what's he doing here? Hold on a second. Then they go out and win 3-0, and you're saying, that worked. Try that again. Do something different again. Yeah. You know what I mean? It just kind of gives us as fans hope that he has plan B because he's lacking that lately. Fark, I think we all have to agree, lads. He hasn't got a plan B. That's a main issue. Like chucking attacking players on, taking, I can't remember what game it was, took Ramazani and Nantawan, brought Pierre on Bamford on, 2 of the slowest players in the team.
Is that the Norwich away, wasn't it?
Well, you remember anyway.
He brought Gelhardt on for that game.
That's not a plan B. Like, if anything, whatever, taking one of them off, you didn't have to take the 2 of them off.
Yeah, true.
But look, he needs a plan B. Like
Sean from Wilco White says here, I'd love to see both Pirro and Joseph start together on Saturday. I think. And what are you thinking, Sean? Are you thinking like change up the formation and have the 2 up top? Or are you thinking Joseph or Pirro in behind? Like, I'd love to see Joseph in the 10 because I think he might be able to do a job there. Sean Healy, there he is, the Swords lad. Danny Boy Pirro out in number 10. He's a bleeding striker. He's a bleeding striker. He's never played as a striker, not even as one. I know these two they're like husband and wife in the chat, just at each other. It doesn't matter. Sean says something and Danny says it and Sean goes against it. It's class. I was watching the 2 of them out on earlier on. The 2 of them was trying. Bark plan B is put 6 on the pitch, yeah. That's annoying me as well because you can see Tanaka is like his game. He's obviously not a natural, like, say, a 4, like the way Phillips used to play. Like, you can see he kind of wants to get forward. Rotwell wants to get forward, but it's like Fark is trying to convert the both of them, like, to be that number 6, like, and it's just not that natural game. It's just, I'm like the Fark, just let it go, especially against Plymouth on the weekend. You know what I mean? Just let the shackles off a little bit. You know what I mean? let them go and do what they have
It's
to
kind
do.
of, that's what I'm
to
saying.
do
It's
and
kind of
express
like
themselves.
he's afraid to express himself as a manager in a footballing term, if that makes sense.
It's just always
You know,
risk averse. Like it's always like the aim in his head. It's like solid first, clean sheet first, and then the result. I can understand because like Bielsa was like the complete opposite side of it. He was just like attack, and not really give a shit about defending. Like so, it's good to kind of have that balance. But there's times where Farke just take the handbrake off. Do you know what I mean? Let's put teams to the sword here. Like and we have to be like Plymouth on the weekend, lads.
That's the only kind of negative that I can put up about Farke is that it's just one, there's no plan B, and two, as you said, that risk. He doesn't take it enough, you know. And then I'd love to see. I'll throw this out there. I think if Aronson didn't start, I think Nando's the man to play in the 10.
Yeah, at least you know. Whatever, like everyone in the 10, we're like Joseph in the 10, Nando in the 10, Solomon in the 10. Like we're just fucking put anyone in the 10 so we can have a look at them. Like, do you know
Put me in the 10 if you want.
Yeah. So Sean has 4-4-2, or it'd even go 3-5-2. We have the players to mix it up. We should be beating Plymouth easy. That's what I'm saying. We've had a week rest, so no excuses. That's the nail on the head. That's exactly where I'm coming from as well. Like we should be hammering Plymouth. I know football's not played on paper, but look, it's Wayne Rooney. He's a horrendous coach. They're down the bottom of the table. Our quality should be well and truly beating them. That's why I'm hoping for one of them comfortable games where, obviously a little bit like Watford, if we go 2-0 up in the 7 minutes, but actually capitalise on it, you know, and get it toward, go in half time 3-0, and then we can actually come out the second half and kind of express ourselves, change it up, get a look at different styles, different formations. Just
I'm going to throw this out here. Would it be crazy because considering Nando, just say Nando and Ramzani. Well, obviously Ramzani's injured, but just say them two. They hug the sideline. Yeah. Would it not be? I'm just going to throw this out here. For a 4-2-4 formation.
Yeah, it kind of, yeah.
Because you still have two in the middle floating. What I'm trying to say here is, if you go with a 4-4-2, which is another great option, I don't think, maybe it's just me using FIFA stats here, I don't think the two wingers would be contributing enough.
Jesus, Danny. Oh no, yeah, but like, that's where I feel like this game could easily be like another Cardiff game. Do you know what I mean? Like we all came out Cardiff to win 2-0 against 10 men. We won the game and it was like a meltdown with the fan base going, do you know what I mean? That performance was shy, and I have a feeling like if that does happen again where we only beat Plymouth like 2-1 or 1-0 like that, or even if it could be a 2-0 game but the performance level isn't there, I think like again people kind of start jumping back, and that'll kind of just be on top of after what happened at Watford, obviously the boring game against Bristol on the weekend. Like I'm hoping and expecting a proper performance this weekend, like the complete performance, like a 90-minute dominant performance that where we just don't let them breathe, we score early doors and just don't let them like get any foothold in the game whatsoever. He played two up top, yeah he did, didn't he? He played anyway, fuck's sake. Now, play nice. Yeah, so look at, well obviously we'll stick to it, obviously talking about formations, that we'll get on to obviously kind of the big talking point among the fan base at the minute, Joseph and Pirro. What are you thinking? Obviously Pirro hasn't been outstanding the last two games. He's obviously still a threat, our top goal scorer at the minute. Are you dropping him? Are you bringing Joseph in for the game, or are you sticking with Joseph?
Do you know what's annoying? Before I give you my answer, what's annoying is that apart from Joseph, to be fair, has that hunger. Pirro's kind of lost that over the last 3 games. But Bamford isn't even trying. You know, lads, I know everyone's going to, you know, how I feel about Bamford. But if that hunger and desire is not there, no one's going to be asked to play. Yeah. And clearly Joseph, because he's young, he's something to prove. You know, it's a big, big year for him. Me personally, I'd start Joseph. You know, and I know Piero's beside me here and people are saying, oh, but Joseph definitely should start. I've said that since, not the last game, the game before that. But I'd keep starting Joseph until he's not doing that press, because it's working more effectively when Joseph is pressing. He's wearing down the defenders. Come the 70th minute, whether we're trailing or we're up, Pirro comes on and scores a goal because the defenders are wrecked. Like. So Joseph definitely for me should start, but Pirro and Bamford really, really, really need to get their finger out, and they need to start kind of competing against Joseph. You know.
Yeah. I've got
But I'd like to see the two of them start, if I'm being honest, together. But not that 10. I'd like two up top. What Sean said there.
Yeah, I don't know if will he go 4-4-2. Like, there's not. I don't think there's any clubs in the world that go 4-4-2 anymore. I know it's kind of the old-fashioned kind of. But I don't think Fark's going to do it. I don't think he's going to go two up top. I think we'd all like to see it and see how they'd work with each other. I just think he kind of sees Pirro and Joseph as like different horses for different courses against kind of what teams are going to sit back and kind of, do you know what I mean, kind of park the bus against us. And I think Plymouth might do that the weekend. And it kind of depends. Like, if we kind of want to get our wingers more involved in the game, then I think Joseph is the man to do it, because it's like hit him, let him hold it up and link the play. If it's B, where we're kind of going to want to get crosses into the box, then it's going to be Pirro, because he is like the fox in the box. So it just depends on what style of play Farka wants to play and kind of what suits that better. And that's what I don't think he's figured out yet. It's like, if we're starting Joel Pirro like what we did against Bristol City, well, then we need to be getting crosses into the box. We need to be getting the boiling. We need to actually be creating chances for Joe Pirro to score goals. We shouldn't have him as the creator. And we just didn't do that against Bristol City. Like, I don't think we got much crosses into the box at all. Boyram had a decent header. Joseph chance at the end. Like, it feels like that we're not playing to both of their strengths. We needed to play at the minute. We've kind of gone away from it a little bit, where when Joseph was starting and he kind of wore down the defence and he kind of worked his socks off every single game, he was playing well. And then Pirro would kind of come on and we'd get that chance then. Do you know what I mean? We'd be getting him crossed into the box and he could actually finish. So to be honest with you, I'm not too sure what way he goes. I think Farka himself might stick with Pirro. And I think solely because they look at it and say, Plymouth, weaker side, he should be doing it against them and actually try and hurt them down the wings and get crossed into the box. So I think it might be Pirro again, as much as I'm probably like sitting on the fence and going, yeah, maybe you should start Joseph. But yeah, I think it might be Pirro again. I don't know kind of what the overriding feeling is in the chat, whether it be Joseph or Pirro or both, but I don't think he's ever going to play the both of them together. I just think it's one of them things where he's not going to do it. Yeah, so for me, I'd probably just for this game, just because I'm on the fence again, just start with Pirro again and see how he gets on. If it's 3 games in a row where he hasn't done it, hasn't scored, well then yeah, it'll be 100% taking out the fire line. But either way, whether Pirro has a poor game and doesn't score a goal, we should well and truly still have enough to be blowing Plymouth off the park. That's why I'm feeling like if it was an important game, up against Sheffield United, Burnley, then I'd be like, no, stick Joseph in, just because I think we're playing that lesser opposition. Maybe just give Pirro that chance that weekend just to redeem himself, give him that chance and kind of have a word with him in his ear and say, look, Joel has been great the last couple of games. Let's try and pick
him.
Jolie. That's where I'm coming from. Maybe just give him one more chance against that lesser opposition this week and see how he gets on. And if it doesn't happen, then maybe take him out of the front line.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a fine here. He's the worst deal at it. He's always trolley. The two of them are just mental. They just have like a little go with each other in the chat, like, hi lads, how's it going? Hope you're keeping well, buddy. Richard Hogan, Joseph runs the channel better. Yeah, 100% agree. And he gives us more moving up top, which is important against the low blocks. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think Joseph was much better against the low blocks. I just have a feeling Fark might stick with Pirro this weekend. Well, whose fault is that, Mr. Fark, I think. They were just having their own little debate, like. Yeah, so like, what's your thoughts then on the Pirro Joseph situation? Are you going with Joseph? Yeah.
Yeah, Joseph. Yeah.
Yeah.
I already gave it to you.
Sorry. Pirro to start is the wrong choice for Saturday. Yeah, I
completely agree.
I don't know, Richard. I have a feeling just with Fark and we're kind of getting to know him like a little bit more and more, and I just have a feeling he might go with Pirro again. I just think he could be thinking that it's the lesser opposition. I'll give Joel the pop. I just think he might do more damage to Pirro taking him out for this game and kind of not showing his belief in it and his confidence in him. If he pulls him out of the firing line for this game, I know kind of in most of probably, yeah, everyone's kind of saying stick Joseph back in because it hasn't worked and it's always going to be look at the hindsight. But yeah, I just think Fark. Well, obviously now 2 o'clock come Saturday, but I just think he might go with Pirro again, especially just the lesser opposition.
No, it's a tough one to call, isn't it? Really, I'm trying to go over the whole lineup. If I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, well, the next one was going to come on to is Solomon and James. See, that's another big one. James obviously started against Bristol City, which I think was a shock to most because I think we were all kind of thinking it was going to be Solomon because obviously he played
I don't think it was.
the most part against Watford. Yeah, but I was sure it was going to be Solomon. I was in
that sense,
I was delighted to see DJ coming in because I think we've really missed his pacing behind. He gives you that something different. You know what I mean? And sometimes pace alone, he hasn't got tricks and skills, but sometimes that's all you need. Some just kick the ball and get past that, and he has that pace to do that. And to be honest with you, I know his sharpness wasn't there, but his effort that he put in, like he was still at it, he was still running. Had the opportunity when he was running through 1-on-1 and made a hames of it, went on top of Nanto, and then he had the one chance where Max O'Leary came out and made a good save. So I do think like he looked dangerous without kind of being his sharp self. So yeah, I'm not too sure. Like, is it going to be Nanto and James now with Ramazani out the weekend, or is he going to go with Solomon? Do you know what I mean?
No,
So
I wouldn't. I'd play Nanto on the left and James on the right, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, Nanto's good coming off that left as well.
Like, as I said, like, if they don't start Aronson, I'd like Nanto to go into the 10. But
yeah,
if he is starting Aronson, Nanto on the left and James on the right. Joseph up top, 3-0 or 3-1 win.
Is that what you're going with? Yeah.
I think we went on that with Matty on the final point, didn't we?
Did we?
We gave our start. 90% sure.
Remember what I said? Did I say 1-0?
I think you said 4-0.
Did I say 4-0?
Someone said 4-0. I think that maybe it was Matty that said 4-0.
I think Matty said 4-0, did he?
You said, I don't know what you said. Lads, Danny, go back there and check that, will you?
Richard Hogan says James all day long. Yeah, I think so. It's just this whole Solomon debate seems to be rumbling on now. I'm going 2-1. Nice one. He's mad at the right. Dillo totally agree with that. Yeah.
Appreciate that.
I just want the whole Solomon situation as well is obviously a talking point now at the minute, and we've obviously had a bit of debate as well, Dylan, about it, that I just feel with him that the fans are getting like a little bit impatient with him. He hasn't showed us much, especially since the Burnley game. Watford, he didn't do much. He against Bristol was, for me, was probably really, really disappointed because you're bringing him on and he looked very disinterested. He wasn't really looking for it, didn't do anything at all. I know he kind of came on late on, and I just have this fear in me that it's gonna go down the same lines as the Jed Spence situation, that it's not gonna work out for him. Like, we're obviously paying the chunk of his wages here as well. Like, so there's a lot of money going out the door as well. So there's obviously been a couple of murmurs around on social media as well that like there's a possibility that he could go back in January. But for me, I'd be sticking with him at the moment. Would you? Like, let's just try and get him fully fit, because a fully fit Solomon, like, and a sharp Solomon, like, is a real asset in this league. And I think if we, we send him back in January, like who are you gonna get? You know what I mean? I think we still have three loan spots as well we can get.
I completely agree with you here, but I also disagree. Like, you're saying there that we need to stick with him. But we can only stick with the man if the man is willing to willing to make an effort there. And as it stands, he's not doing that. Now, I'm going back to what the howler that Meslier made against Sunderland. And I'm going to keep saying this throughout the season. When players are playing bad or an injury is on top of them, I've been there myself with my own mental health issues, with my knee, etc. Now I'm a barrel, but that's just the way it is. But apart from that, this is a professional athlete. Yes, he has back problems. I get that. I understand that. If he's not performing, or he's not making an effort, or he's genuinely not starting, fans are going to be on Fark's back, on the club's back, and on the players' back. But it's simple. What I said is the same thing about Meslier. Meslier made that mistake. He hasn't done anything major, but he has been putting in a shift. Solomon needs to do that now. Come Saturday, if he does start and he has another bye game, it's going to get very hostile for him now again. And then he's going to be back to square one, where he might be injured again all of a sudden, or he might be, doing a Bamford on it, such and such. He needs to pull up the trousers and be a big boy, get on with it. If he's not injured, we'll start working hard, start losing a bit of timber from what I can see, if I'm being honest with you. Look, I'm not oil painting myself, but look, at the end of the day, this is a player we brought in for him to prove himself, because, he clearly wasn't making it at Spurs. Well, now's your chance. You're playing in for the best club in the world, as far as I see, with the best fan base in the whole world. Clearly going up as champions. You need to start making an impact now. Now's the time to do it. Win the fans over for a career for yourself, whether you're going to be here next year or you're going to be, such and such. But, someone made a pass and it went through his legs and he's just standing there flapping his arms, doing it and holding on to. I don't want to be seeing that. No one wants to see that. get on with it. But personally, if he starts him, I'd like to see him start because Fark obviously seen something we didn't see. And if he plays well, then I'll be the first to put my hands up and say I was wrong. But if he doesn't start on Saturday, then I'm clearly right in what I'm saying. He's clearly not up to scratch at what he is because Fark would have started him.
Richard Hogan has a good one here. He says, I take Aronson out, put Solomon in the 10, keep Nanto on the left. Solomon was poor from the left when he came on Saturday, and I don't disagree.
Completely agree.
Yeah, but the only thing I disagree with this one, Richard, is if we're going to go with Solomon in the 10, then it's going to have to be Joseph up top. We can't put Pirro up top then. Do you know what I mean? Because you're going to have the non-press from Pirro, and I don't think Solomon's going to give you the energy and the effort as what Brendan Aronson does as well. So I'd kind of more so swap that if we're going to start Pirro and Aronson in the 10, kind of whatever, let them do what they have to, or whether it's going to be Joseph, and then swap it and then bring Solomon to 10 kind of when the game is kind of home and house and see what he kind of do on that 10. I just don't think we'll get enough from our front men. Like if we're going to start with a Pirro and a Solomon, I just don't think they're going to give us that little bit, do you know what I mean, that press. And I think our press is vital. When we don't do it, we're completely non-existent. The exact same thing with Watford. We got the 2 early goals, luckily, but our press that whole game against Watford was non-existent. It was abysmal again against Bristol. It just wasn't there again, even though we were kind of getting through their midfield fairly easy but up top they could kind of come out as well. We weren't really putting much of a press on. Nanto tried to do it. Boyram was pushing up as well. He was actually very high. That's what I was very surprised with Boyram, how much he actually gave us going forward as well. So I think our press as a team against Bristol City was horrendous again. So that's kind of where I'd accommodate bringing Joseph in, but I just think it might be Pirro. I just think it's too much having Pirro and Solomon's in, especially the form that Solomon's in. He's not going to run his bollocks off for us, is he? Like, losing to him by his hard in the way. They can't be ours doing something.
I'm not ours doing stuff anytime, Danny.
Order yourself a batter sausage. Hope effing not. What alternative wingers? That's exactly it, Richard. What's out there, and we know January as Leeds fans, it's so hard to get a decent January signing in. If you send them back, then you're kind of back to the drawing board. You're back to square one. And with Daniel Farke as well, he's not one of these where he'll get someone in on loan and then on the Saturday starting. He's one of these where he has to be in, team training 5-6 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Learning the drills, getting fit, and then he'll bring him on as a bench. Like, he's not one of them that's going to sign someone and throw him straight in the firing line. So that will be my worry as well. If it doesn't work out with Solomon, we can see Leeds and not even dipping into it then. Do you know what I mean? So that will be the worry. And then, like exactly with this situation, is that you get an injured Ramazani or one of the wingers, James and Nanto again, and you leave yourself very light on the wing. So yeah, I just think it's a big one to look at the minute. The pro footballers, you can't be putting on timber and just cause. Yeah, the only thing I might accommodate a little bit for Solomon at the minute is obviously he was out with a back injury. Depending how bad it was he going to be able to do any kind of hard?
Yeah, well, look, I'm not saying I don't want to throw it out there. It looks like that he is, but not definitely not Ryan Kent. No,
I always linked him. I think he let go from Fenerbahce or something, wasn't he? I think he's a free agent. Like that, yeah. No, then he's not wrong.
But no, I look. It looks like he has, but who's to say that he really did? He is kind of like a broad fella. I just got the impression. Because remember what Hazard was like when he went to Real Madrid?
Yeah.
The arse was sticking out, a bit of a belly there.
Belly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the vibe I'm getting. I'm not saying that he has. It could be genuine. He's filling out on the beer. No, but
this is. I agree with this one here with Richard. Like, and I think he probably deserved to start against Sunderland because obviously he was coming off the bench and he was scoring goals for us. So when he started against Sunderland, I didn't mind it, and then he got his goal against Sunderland, and I think that's what kind of changed, kind of got us into this whole debate with Joseph and Pirro, was that we were all at the start of the season, and even a couple of games in, we were saying Joseph's press is there. Yeah, he's not scoring for us, but he's linking the play, he's playing well. And then Pirro obviously starts scoring, coming off the bench, giving us that little bit more. So people were kind of, can we start him, see how he gets on? We did start him against Sunderland. As much as his all-round game against Sunderland wasn't great, he still got the goal for us. So that's why then he started again. And I think that's how we've kind of ended up in this debate with Pirro and Joseph. I'd 100% revert back to what we had, Joseph up top again and bringing Pirro on as a sub because it's worked. And we obviously had a big debate at the time, Dylan, when you were like advocating for Pirro to start, and I was more so kind of like leave it. It's not broken. We're still kind of winning games the way where we are. Like, it's not like we're losing games and
Pirro
toss it up and try.
Banging a goal.
Yeah,
Pirro started banging a goal, and I was roaring in the telly.
Yeah.
My missus was telling me to calm down. The baby was asleep. I was like, I told them all.
Yeah. We're sharing the press out. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how far he is as well. Just as a little bit of cover as well. According to Fark, he was hoping to be back in training this week. Yeah, good news. Look, whatever you think about Max Warburton, it'll be a massive, massive help to have him back there. And I'm just so fearful of striking.
Can't rate him though, can you?
No, look, obviously, he done what he done. He came in with the Middlesbrough game where we thumped that game. He was shy, and then he got injured. So I'm gonna kind of reserve as whatever. I'm not gonna let me thoughts on what he done in the past be like, deciding what type of player he is at the minute. I'm just gonna wait and see, reserve until he kind of gets a run of games, and then kind of make a judgment on him. Obviously, hope he comes in, and to be honest with you, I hope he doesn't win. I hope we don't need him. I hope he kind of does sit on the bench and strike and roll on our, solid. They don't pick up any injuries, but realistically, is that going to happen? I don't think so. Rodon more than likely probably will pick up a yellow over the next couple of games, and he's going to be out, and then it'd be interesting to see what way he covers them with that. He's hopping off here again. Yeah, this is it as well. He play defensive midfielder, I think, for his first game. I think did Marsh bring him on, and he played defensive midfielder as well for us. So
I don't know, lads. I just can't rate him. I don't know, but maybe I'm just being a bit harsh. Like going back to Aarons and Aarons and lads has really proven himself. But I put a record on him, didn't I? He has a lot of goals to score for me. Before I can completely take him back.
Jesus Christ, Sean.
PG. I didn't even read that. You didn't give me a chance to read it.
Yeah, I wasn't reading it. I clicked on it. And I was like, whoops. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, so I think that's obviously, not much to touch on tonight, lads. Obviously, there's no Farke press conference. We will obviously give it a listen tomorrow when we're absolutely lettered at the wedding. I'll have two earpods in at the wedding listening to what Farke is saying. Like,
going up to me nanny saying, guess who's starting? Guess who's fit?
And then he'd be like, fuck off, son, will you?
Go away, will you? Leave me alone.
Yeah, guys, that's it from us. Obviously, not much by way to kind of get into content. Obviously, a boring game against Bristol City, and not much to get into, obviously, with the press conference tomorrow. But as I said, myself and Dylan will be back for the giveaway video just before Plymouth. We'll probably do that, Dylan, about 1:45, 2 o'clock. Probably do it in time for when the lineup comes out. We can have a little chat then about the lineup before the game, and then
that's if I'm still not out.
Yeah, true, actually. Yeah, could be doing it himself. And then we'll bounce off. And then Sunday, then, as usual, lads, we'll be back for the final point with Matty from Imagine Not Being Leeds over on his channel on Sunday. I don't know what way I am from that because I'm going to Spain on Sunday for 5 days. So you might see me or you might not see me, obviously, depending with flights and stuff like that and what time I get there. But I will be bringing the laptop and the equipment and stuff like that. So I'll see if we can set up a sunny balcony in Spain, and I'll show you all the beach and wave at you and hope you're having a great time.
I'll just give you the finger.
So we'll see how it goes. So it could be the final point with Matty and Dylan, or hopefully with me in Spain. So we'll see how that one goes. Nice one, Sean. Enjoyed the event. Thanks a million, Sean. Really looking forward to buzzing. And if we can actually just give a little shout out to the newlyweds tomorrow, Mark and Linda. Great couple, lovely guy. Deadly cousin and Linda, obviously a great mum as well, and the little girls always. So best of luck for everything going forward. I think Friday's pressure is normally out by now. The next day, is it? I think is it tomorrow, Danny? No, I think it's tomorrow, 1:30. I think we're seeing.
Usually on Thursday, it would be when it's on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, because he usually gives a 1 day for a training session to kick in beforehand, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, guys. Lastly, I know I always say it as well. I know Darren did say it, but I'm going to say it again because go to the video giveaway, big red alert. You can't miss it. Watch it, like it, subscribe, and comment #OLB. You will be in a chance to win that voucher for the Legion of Superstore. As Darren said, we will be picking the winner before the Plymouth game on Saturday, if I am not dying. But yeah, we will give that away, and then you can go buy Christmas presents or etc. Or you can buy me a jersey, quadruple XL, But yeah, so yeah, that's where
the winter coat is about to come on now, isn't it? Dark evenings and all that.
This jumper is getting tighter and tighter and tighter. It's one of them. It's bad. It's bad, right? When you walk down the stairs and the missus says to me, have you got a jumper on? No, love. Nothing at all. Nothing. Absolutely nothing on. But you look, I know I'm a sick man. Whatever. It's been a pleasure. Same, Danny. I'm the exact same, but
The winter cold, lads. You need it for hibernation. You need to get through the winter. 100%. Keep that warmth. Right, lads. Yeah, look at that's it from Only Leeds, bro. As I said, we will be back Saturday about 1:45, 2 o'clock, where we'll do your giveaway. We'll announce the winner of that one. And then we'll wait for the team lineup. We'll have a chat through the team lineup. Hopefully myself and Dylan are okay for that one. And then Sunday, then we'll be back for the final point. So look, let's hope Leeds pick up 3 points the weekend. Let's get back to winning ways. Hope you have a good rest of the week. And we'll chat you all soon. Have a good one, alright?